Welcome everyone to this explainer. Today, we're taking something that usually causes a whole lot of stress, and we're going to simplify it completely. We are demystifying the process of paying your Kent County property taxes online. We'll break down the official digital tools that are available to you so you can handle your tax obligations efficiently and securely right from the comfort of your own home.
So let me ask you this. Are you tired of dealing with long lines, sitting in traffic, and dealing with complex paperwork just to pay your property taxes? Well, if you are, you're definitely not alone. But the good news is, Kent County, Michigan has actually developed a really streamlined, frictionless digital solution that can save you a tremendous amount of time and hassle. By the end of this explainer, you'll know exactly how to navigate their system like an absolute pro.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll be covering understanding taxes, current versus delinquent timelines, navigating the digital databases, step-by-step online payment, payment methods and fees, and finally, some final tips and a quick disclaimer. Okay, let's dive into Section 1, understanding your property taxes and knowing exactly what you owe.
Right. So before we can talk about how to pay, we really need a foundational understanding of how these taxes are assessed in Kent County. Now, in Michigan, your property tax calculation starts with the market value. That's the true cash value on the open market. But here's the thing, you aren't actually taxed on that full amount. Instead, the local assessor determines your assessed value, also known as your state equalized value, which is generally 50% of your market value. Under Michigan law, your actual property tax bill is calculated by multiplying your taxable value, which stems directly from this assessed value, by the local millage rates. Make sense?
Moving right along to Section 2, current versus delinquent taxes. This is a dual-stage system that dictates exactly where and how you have to pay your bills.
So in Michigan, real property taxes are levied semi-annually. On July 1st, your local municipality issues your summer tax bill. And then on December 1st, they issue the winter tax bill. During these periods, you pay your local city or township directly. But the massive, absolutely crucial signpost date you need to circle on your calendar is March 1st. On March 1st of the following year, any unpaid real property taxes officially become delinquent. At that exact moment, local municipalities close their payment portals and completely lose their collection authority. Once that March 1st deadline passes, it's a whole new ballgame. All delinquent tax records and outstanding balances are transferred over to the centralized Kent County treasurer. From this day forward, you can't pay your local township anymore. All delinquent payments must be directed exclusively to the Kent County treasurer. All right, Section 3, navigating the digital databases and avoiding some really common traps. Now here is a major trap avoidance alert. When you start searching online for Kent County property taxes, automated search engines frequently pull up jurisdictions with similar names. You absolutely must ensure you're looking at Michigan records. I mean, you definitely do not want to accidentally try setting up a profile or sending a payment to the Kent County Levy Court in Delaware, the Appraisal District in Texas, or the Treasurer's Office in New Kent County, Virginia. Always double-check that you're in the Michigan portal. Another big hurdle people face is the BS&A online exclusion. So while BS&A is this massively popular municipal software utility in Michigan, used by a lot of local cities like Grand Rapids for current year active taxes, the Kent County Treasurer actually does not subscribe to BS&A for delinquent county-level property records. If you try searching for a delinquent Kent County tax bill on the BS&A software, you're literally just going to get frustrating database errors. You have to use the county's proprietary portal. Which brings us to Section 4, step-by-step online payment using My Kent County. Let's get into the actionable stuff. The My Kent County platform was developed with Payet to be incredibly secure and user-friendly. To prepare, just make sure you have your property's physical address or your parcel ID handy. Step 1, you'll enter the portal and choose to either register for a secure account, which honestly is great for saving your history, or simply proceed via guest checkout. Step 2, use your address or parcel ID to search and add the target property to your dashboard. Step 3, click Explore Service to review the outstanding bills and select the ones you want to pay, adding them to your cart. And Step 4, authorize the transaction and submit. It's really that simple. The system also gives you some pretty great flexibility. Multi-bill payment is supported, meaning you can handle several parcels at once if you need to. It also allows for partial payments if you're on a budget. But listen, this is the crucial point here. While partial payments are accepted, any remaining base balance will absolutely continue to accrue compounding interest and statutory administrative fees. So paying what you can definitely helps, but it doesn't stop the clock on that remaining balance. Next up, Section 5, payment methods and fees. Let's take a look at the financial breakdown. There is a massive difference in cost depending on how you choose to pay your bill.
If you choose the e-check or ACH option, meaning you just enter your bank routing and account numbers, the fee is $0. It is completely 100% free. However, if you opt to use a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express, a third-party credit card processor will automatically add a 2.98% convenience surcharge to your transaction. For property taxes, which can be thousands of dollars, that 2.98% fee adds up incredibly fast. So for sure, the e-check option is immensely beneficial for your wallet. Of course, technology sometimes has downtime, or maybe you just prefer offline methods. Don't worry, there are always official backups. You can use the interactive voice response phone system by calling 616-303-7760, which supports both English and Spanish. Just note that phone payments are credit and debit only, meaning that 2.98% fee still applies. Alternatively, you can always mail a paper check or money order. Just make sure your parcel ID is written on the memo line and send it to P.O. Box Y in Grand Rapids.
And finally, Section 6, final tips and disclaimer to wrap things up.
One of the absolute best things about adopting this digital method is the immediate confirmation. When you submit your payment on My Account County, you get a digital receipt instantly. So my biggest tip for you is to ensure your browser settings are secure, complete the transaction, and then immediately save or print that confirmation email. Keep those digital receipts in your personal files. It completely eliminates that terrible anxiety of wondering if your paper check got lost in the mail somewhere.
As a quick reminder, this explainer is just for informational purposes. Please verify all details and requirements with official Kent County resources because, policies, due dates, and convenience fees can always change over time. Always check the Kent County Treasurer's official website or just give them a call if you run into any specific issues or website errors.
So I will leave you with this final thought. Have you set up your digital tax profile yet, or are you going to stick to the old paper methods? Embracing the streamlined digital system can save you time, save you money on postage, and grant you incredible peace of mind. I highly encourage you to bookmark the My Kent County page today. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. If you found this helpful, I'd love to hear about your experiences navigating the portal in the comments below. Keep learning, stay focused, and I will see you next time.